Hello and welcome to my tropical style garden here in the UK. This is going to be my third day on the build for my garden transformation with my new yin yang design. It's a Saturday and it's been raining pretty much all morning, drizzly rain. So I tried to come out here and do some stoning around the path, but it's been so sticky and horrible I couldn't really get on too well. But the rain stopped now and I've got a few hours, so my next task to get on with this path is I need to remove some of these plants. So let's get on with it. Right, so we'll take a look at the edge of the path and to see what plants need to come out. So basically this red line is pretty much the edge. It's going to just come round here. This big tree fern is going to be in the way, and I have mentioned in the past that it's going to be moved further back, and this tree fern is a problem as well. So I'm going to dig these out and pot them up to be replanted later on. These ones are Carex Irish Green, hardy, evergreen, looks good all year round. There we have, I think it's Heuchera Limeade or Marmalade, I can't really remember. That's not really done well there, bit probably too shady, and they're going to be potted up, see if I can make them look a bit prettier. If so, they'll get replanted. And round here we have loads of ferns. Now these are, I believe, native ferns. I don't ever remember planting them. I think they was just in and around the garden, so I moved them to this sort of ferny area. But if you look at them, they look really bad at this time of year. It is February, and usually in spring you'd cut all them fronds off and they'd grow back and look absolutely lush. But if I go around here, there are other ferns like this one, which is Dryopteris cycandina, and they look good all year round. So I'm going to replace all the ones that look scrappy and horrible, because I like my garden to look good most of the year, not just for spring, summertime. I just feel like if I'm going to put ferns back in, I may as well put the best ones in. So like this Dryopteris, and I think the one next to it, this one is Dryopteris Walliciana, which is also a really nice fern. And I'll just show you some of the ones around the back. I've mentioned these a few times because they just look good all year round. And this is, if I remember correctly, Polystricum polyblepharin. And considering it's early February, they still look green, lush and beautiful. So if I'm going to replant ferns there, I don't see the point in putting the horrible scrappy ones. I may as well replace them for some nice evergreen ferns that look good all year round. So I'm going to get digging and I'll see you in a second. Right, I've just moved a lot of the lower plants, and I thought I'd just take this opportunity to show people that are new to this type of gardening and maybe have just bought a tree fern as a log, that over the years they will gain a big extent of root mass. And you can see where I've moved this water feature, that is just pure roots. And if I grab my spade, you can see that this is just all thick roots all around here. And when you first buy these and they've got no roots on them, you tend to underplant these with all kinds of shrubs and everything like that, but eventually it just becomes this thick carpet of roots and a lot of plants struggle. So that's why I like to use these sort of Dryopteris type ferns, because they can sort of deal with it a lot better than a lot of plants. So just think about that when you're planting these tree ferns over time, and it will take a while, but they will gain this real thick, well, not horrible because it's good for the plant, but for underplanting, it does make it very difficult. So I think when I move these and replant them, I might put a few rocks around them to keep the roots nice and damp, but also give me little pockets to put other plants in where I can keep digging out and keep freshening up the soil, and maybe something like that. Right, let's see if I can dig this one out, and I'm not dead sure where I'm gonna put it, but you'll probably see in a minute. That's the first tree fern lifted then, so I've managed to get an half decent root ball. It shouldn't do the plant any harm whatsoever really. Obviously it'd prefer to have all its roots, but these fibrous roots will soon recover. There's still a big chunk on there. Lots of people buy these, like I said, as just logs. So just got to move this temporarily now. It is heavy, but I put that sheet under it so it can help me drag it along. Good point here is, if you look from there to there, that's the growth I've had now. Probably about 12 years now I've had it, so that's how big it was when I bought it. And what is that? Just over a foot, probably foot and a bit. So what I'm now going to do is move that one to there. Now most people are going to go, what are you doing? What's the point in moving these tree ferns such a little distance? Well, for one, like I say, they're in the edge of my path, so that's changed and that needs to be dealt with. And the other thing is, this large tree fern, which is a glorious specimen with probably 8 foot, 9 foot of trunk, was just in my border and never really noticed. But now with this path coming around here, this is going to be planted here, so I will actually now, every time I walk down the path, walk under the fronds, and I'll see the trunk, which hopefully I can maybe put some bromeliads in and stuff like that. And like I say, it gets me around my path area, and I think when it's finished, it's going to be so much more of a specimen than the plant. It was just sort of blended in. You see the top and you didn't really notice it. And this one, bit of debate in my head, and I really won't know where it goes until I get to the point. But if the stream's coming across there, there is a good chance. Obviously this one's lower, so I'm not going to have to walk under this one, but I might have to either curl it across the stream, or maybe, I think it would probably even look better this side, curling across the stream stroke, so you can see it from the pond side. I really don't know until all these edgings in and I can see where the bridge is going, and the rocks. So I have to temporarily move it. Right, let's get on with this one. Well, that nearly killed me to move that. I couldn't believe how heavy it was. I managed to tip it onto its side, use that spade bar to lever it over, and I've got it roughly in place for now. Until these cobbles go around this path, then I'll see how it looks to that. But for now, it's back further enough. I've put these temporary straps on it and some temporary bars in it. Once I get it exactly where I want, then I'll put some big heavy duty rebars into the ground, hammered in, some black straps so you can't see them, and leave it hopefully nice and secure. That's how I originally put it in. You can now see it's given me this space for the path to walk round, and hopefully eventually I'll be walking under this tree fern. The other tree fern, for now, I've just slid across. That was really heavy. I need someone probably to help me move it up into that side, out the way for now, and then I'll put a sort of bar to hold it in place, because that's where the stream's going to go. So I know that that won't interfere with my path, so I'm temporarily just going to put it there, and then it may go this side hanging over the stream, but because it's not tall enough, I can't walk under it, so it's probably going to hang somewhere over. It can't hang over the path, but it can hang over the stream or be somewhere close enough. So that's it for tonight. It's getting dark. I said in my last video, I was really enjoying doing it. Can't say I have today. It's been drizzly wet most of the afternoon. Been dirty, heavy, horrible work, but I'd rather do it now so I can sit out here and absolutely chill and hopefully enjoy it all in summer. Got to pot all these plants up tomorrow. Some are potted up, others I didn't have big enough pots, so I just put all these Carex grasses in these tubs, hopefully till tomorrow. So right, I'll see you in a minute and it'll be tomorrow. Fast forwarded to late Sunday afternoon and I haven't been able to get much done. It was drizzly weather again earlier. The mud's been so sticky and horrible. I was just making more mess than productivity really. I did muster up the strength to took that tree fern into there, out the way. I need to get some more stone in to finish off this path round here hopefully this week. Now it's a bit clearer, we can see what's going up there. I've moved the plants that I dug out all around the back. I have been to see a friend and he's gave me some of the old slate stones to match the ones I've got, so I've just temporarily chucked these here. They're just so they're out the way. Going to clean them up and they'll be used within the ponds and the raised rock beds. Obviously they're filthy dirty at the minute, but they've got some real character to them. I found a company online that sells them by the crate, so I'll have to get a few in. I didn't realise how heavy they were. So I'm probably going to leave it at that. It isn't my best video and it wasn't as productive as I was hoping. I thought I'd get some of these cobbles cemented in round the edges. I've brought the sand round the back, barred that round here, kept it under my gazebo to try and keep it dry because it's going to rain soon, so I didn't want to do any cement work today and it wash it all away because it's going to rain again tomorrow morning. Who loves the winter in the UK, eh? Well, to be fair, it rains in the summer as well, so it is what it is. Hopefully I can get these paths stoned up in the next couple of days. If I can get some stone and do it in the evening, set up a couple of lights just so I can get it done, because even though my soil's really quite free draining, it is getting very wet and sticky, and if we had a real downpour, I think my wife's going to kill me because the dog keeps running all the mess inside to the house constantly. So that's my job next, to try and get these stoned up. I can do that even if it's a bit drizzly, and then we'll go from there. Apologise that it's not the most educational video, but some days you don't get on as well as you hoped, and there's all the horrible little bits that you don't really think about. Moving rocks, shoveling sand, digging out soil, all the messy stuff that takes time. As a DIYer wanting to do your garden, it's going to consume a lot of the earlier parts of the design stage, but then once the cobbles and the paths goes in, it's going to make a massive difference. I can then hopefully start to get some planting done. Right, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Any questions, please leave it in the comments. Hopefully I can get some more of this done this week, and I'll see you very soon.